Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a storytelling secret from a really unique scenario guidebook. It's a concept so powerful, it might just completely change how you build your characters and, well, their entire world.
You know, every writer starts with this question. We think we know the answers, right? Money, love, revenge, the usual suspects. But what if there's a deeper, hidden psychological layer that creates way more powerful conflict? That's what we're going to dig into today.
To really understand a character, you first have to understand the engine that drives all of us. And according to our source material, that engine is one simple, incredibly powerful force: desire.
This is really the heart of it. From the moment we're born to the day we die, our lives, and by extension, our characters' lives, are just this relentless pursuit of what we want. It's a constant, unwavering force that shapes every single thing they do. So this isn't just another box you check off on a character sheet, you know? Desire is the absolute foundation of your character's existence in your story. Your job as the writer is to basically become a detective and figure out what that is. Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. See, real people and our characters, they almost never pursue their deepest desires in a straight line. And why is that? Because sometimes that desire is just too big, maybe too scary, or even too painful to deal with head-on. And that leads to a really fascinating psychological question, right? If a desire is so central to who you are, but you just can't bear the weight of it, what do? You can't just make it disappear. And the answer is, they transfer it. They find a proxy. The source material explains that people will carefully, almost surgically, plant their own unfulfilled ambitions onto somebody else, usually someone very close to them. And this is what the guidebook calls the location of desire. The key here isn't what the desire is, but where it lives. Is it inside the character, or have they outsourced it to someone else? Honestly, answering that one question is an absolute game changer for creating rich, psychological conflict. Let's make this super concrete, because this is an archetype we've all seen a million times. Just think of a parent who, for whatever reason, never achieved a lifelong goal, like maybe getting into a top university or becoming a famous musician.
See, that powerful desire for fame or acceptance, it doesn't just vanish into thin air.
Nope.
It just moves. The parent projects it. They literally implant it directly onto their child. And that child now becomes the vessel for the parent's unfulfilled life.
So what happens next? Obsession. The parent becomes completely fixated on the child's success, but not really for the child's sake. It's to fulfill their own buried ambition. And this creates this immense pressure, tension, and resentment, which for us writers is pure gold. That's the heart of great drama.
So, how does this one concept build out the entire fabric of your story? Well, it all happens through relationships. This isn't just about one character's internal thoughts, it's about how that conflict radiates outward and shapes everyone around them.
This is a whole new way to think about your character dynamics. The relationships in your story shouldn't feel random. They should be forged in the fire of these transferred desires. Just asking, who is carrying whose dream? That question creates the map for your entire character web.
Think of it like this. This invisible force of transferred desire creates a very visible, tangled web of connections. It instantly defines who's in charge, it explains those strange obsessions, and it draws the battle lines for conflict. It's the perfect tool for building a truly interconnected cast. All right, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you, the writer, actually use this to build a plot from the ground up? Well, the source material gives us a super clear blueprint for doing exactly that. So here it is, a 4-step blueprint for a desire-driven plot. Step 1, figure out that core desire. Step 2, find its location. Is it inside them, or have they projected it? Step 3, map out that web of relationships that this creates. And step 4, you light the fuse. The plot will just bubble up naturally from the conflicts you've just set up.
And here's the big takeaway from all this. If you master the location of desire, you master your plot. The story stops being something you force onto your characters and becomes something that grows organically right out of their psychological wiring.
And that's the real magic of this method. It makes sure your plot isn't just a list of events. You know, this happens and then this happens. Instead, it becomes this inevitable chain reaction of deeply personal motivations, where every single action has a reason that's rooted in desire. So let's just break it down. Without this idea, your plot can feel kinda random. But with it, the plot feels inevitable. Your characters go from being these isolated individuals to a deeply intertwined network. And the conflict? It moves from being something external to something deeply, deeply personal.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to take back to your own writing. Look at your main character. Look at their relationships with everyone else, and ask yourself, is the desire that's driving this whole story really their own, or are they just the location for someone else's dream? The answer might just unlock the most powerful version of your story yet.